Wayfinders! We're back with some more Weekend Grind. Wait a minute! This isn't Destiny 2.
Hey, Goot.
Yahoo!
You got a little thing on your neck.
I do have a little thing on my neck. It wiggles and it waggles.
Orders has been getting
50% bonus platinum.
Return, operator.
Yeah, so console players get bonus platform per purchase. PC players get discounted platinum per purchase. Because of the way the consoles versus the PC market work.
Welcome. You know it.
Alright. I don't need that thing anymore, right?
You have made wiggles, you do not need it anymore, no.
Operator, no! Have you lost your mind?
Ah! Yeah! Lance that thing! We need to change that. Get rid of that chat. Alright. One of the other reasons I keep that is because if you don't have it, you lose access to a part of your ship, which I didn't like.
Well, you know, there are ways to make sure you always have access to that part of the ship.
So, sacrifice.
Correct, the sacrifice. You may recall at the start of the sacrifice a cutscene involving what looked like an Excalibur frame on Earth with Lua framed in the background, wherein he
It was
screamed.
a black Excalibur.
It was a black frame Excalibur. And then he did a big ol' heckin' scream after stabbing the ground with his sword as if, you know, the planet were responsible for it. And that's when Ballas came out from out of nowhere and said, "Howl all you want. It won't bring you back." And then a bunch of sentient...
Oh, that's right!
A bunch of sentient...
Dude had a weird-looking long arm.
Yeah, all the Orkin have the weird long and big right arm and hand. Sentient showed up, tried to attack Excalibur. Excalibur murfed the fuck out of them. And then he went to go after Ballas, but stopped short, wherein Ballas was like, "You cannot kill your creator."
That's right. I remember that. I remember him saying you can't kill your creator because there was a woman's name, and it was the voice that tipped me off to it, but a couple of the voice lines heavily implied that was Lotus. Lotus.
I'm sorry, confusing Lotus with Locus is just grounds for termination in this fandom.
Not locust as in the bug. Locus as in the center point around which things revolve.
But then, he did kind of have that giant black creature show up and said to Excalibur, "Even I make mistakes. Like you." And then big old black thing destroyed Excalibur. You went and found pieces of Excalibur on Earth and went to the moon to find traces, evidence, anything, and found what was called a Vitruvian. And in the Vitruvian were lore drops from Ballas that I will gladly read back to you right now about what we're doing. But then every time you see the Vitruvian bits, you then have to essentially track down Excalibur to get more. And every time you...
That was that decoding segment, right?
Yes. And every time you touch Excalibur, you get reverse transferenced into what appears to be a memory where the host of the memory is bedridden. Ballas is there, pretending to be a good doctor kind of figure while telepathically telling you what a piece of shit you are. And your son is there,
I remember
Isa.
Because he said he was going to kill Isa.
So, you can go YouTube the the memory bits if you want, but I would like to refresh your memory on the Vitruvian bits right now.
Okay.
It is with the greatest of risk that I commit this recording. The codices within reveal the hidden weakness of your most feared enemy. My creations. My frames of war. What led us here? You did. You vile blasphemies. Machines, thinking, breeding. You were to bear us a new promised land. But when you arrived at that distant world, you knew that in time we would bring ruin to it as well, as we had to Earth. And so it was. We came to war. Our hubris shone like a black star. For our technology, our war machines were your kin. How easily you turned them against us. We were forced to older means, not circuits nor light, but flesh and disease. Our horrors past, our ravaged outer colonies, became gardens. We cultured the infestation, conceiving of a hybrid, transformed, but only just. The Helminth was created, born to yield these new warriors, worthy of battle against you, the great and terrible Hunhao. We took our greatest, volunteers or not, and polluted them with these cultured reagents. They transformed. They became infested, but only just. Their skin blossomed into sword steel, their organs interlinked with untold resilience. Yet their minds were free of the infested madness. Or so we thought. We set them upon the battlefield, bio-drones under our command. The Warframes, all of them, failures. Surprised. They turned on us, just as you did. And so we had no choice but to commit them to grave. This is all you know, Hunhao. But there is a hidden half, a secret, that lies within a place forbidden to you and your kind. I speak of the Void. And that's where you left off.
I should mention to all those squeeing right now because Jonas is doing his readings, which is an absolute treat every time it happens.
Oh, thanks.
He is damned and determined to have me finish this quest
And everyone who's played this
before we
knows
start
why.
anything that even remotely resembles grinding.
And everyone who's played this quest knows why.
Also,
Yes.
really wish I had remembered this. Lotus dropped her freaking helmet!
Yeah. Yeah.
She's walking around with her face all naked!
Yeah. Yeah. Well, hop to it. Chop chop.
Well. Let's go pursue Umbra.
Now, I will say, you get to have the same experience I did, in that neither you or I upgraded our amp for this quest. So, get ready for a bit of frustration, but it's doable.
I just love how we're doing the sacrifice. Lotus has dropped her helmet. Things are getting pretty heavy right now. Obtain your K-Drive by speaking to the vent kids in Fortuna.
Look, just because we're depressed doesn't mean we can't
Dallas
shred.
must be tracking Umbra now. I'm detecting increased sentient presence in the area.
Oh, I don't like that! That was unpleasant. Hey, all these corpus are dead?
Well observed, yes.
All the bots are dead.
Bots are dead.
You knew I was gonna go there, didn't you?
And Excalibur's great.
I went for a walk. While looking out at space.
Looking out at space.
I would put California Dreamin' in the list of songs that are enjoyed primarily because they are a vibe.
Enjoyed?
Did I say
You
enjoyed?
did.
I really didn't mean to say
That's
enjoyed.
why I had to
was
ask.
trying to say... Yes, I meant to say enjoyed. There's a few songs that... Oh, I didn't prep! I didn't prep!
I was wondering about your lack of overguard. Also, that enemy's weakness, I would assume, or at least I had assumed, was pretty glaring.
Well, it's glaring at me and I don't like it.
Yeah, so be where it isn't glaring.
Thank you, Wiggles.
Wiggles, wiggle, wiggly.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
If you hadn't have said that, I would have had to figure out how to say that. Go, my bird.
The
Whoa!
area is locked
Whoa!
down. We need to
Ooh.
take care of those mimics.
We're not playing D&D. Why are there mimics? Why do mimics?
Hey, do you remember like 5 months ago when I sent you a text or a group text out and went, oh good, mimics are in
Keep
Warframe
searching. They
now.
are here somewhere.
No.
Be careful when approaching things.
Ah! Thank goodness I have the Baza. Wait, I remember these guys. I've already dealt with them.
Yes, you first encountered them on the moon, where Ordis said, please be careful when approaching things.
Yeah.
And then your character was like, things? And he was like, I cannot be more specific.
That was not the most difficult thing in the world. Oh, my bird. Something just shot at me. Man, Dante is so cool.
I bet everyone says that about their name.
Hey, look, I'm trying to get a new main here. All right.
Look, I'm not blaming you. I have fallen head over heels for fucking Cooler Vogue.
Lockdown ended. Very good. Now,
You find a
where is that
Warframe,
Warframe?
the kit just works for you, you understand it intrinsically, and it's just... Yes!
Or if you're me, it's like, oh my god, it's so easy. Just pump everything into Slash. Oh, cool. Spores. Thank you.
Yeah, how are your extractors doing?
I send them out whenever I remember.
But it's better than nothing.
It is absolutely better than nothing, and I do get... It happens more often than you'd think, but less often than it should.
Just sitting in my
Especially given what we
overheating
talked
work
about,
charges.
which is that I realistically could send out, at maximum, 3 rounds of extractors in a work day.
There he is.
Off of the
operator.
company's Wi-Fi,
The
no
Aura.
less.
I mean, the app will
Ah!
notify you when
Woo!
the extractors are ready to go again. So, I'm just going to go ahead and fun fact you here. Only your operator can damage his shields.
Ow! Ow! My operator! Ow! Well, Jonas, that was horrible.
Keep at it, bud. Also, try jumping into him every once in a while as your operator.
Dark, light, fine. What? Quick! Return! Oh! I really hope this is even remotely going as expected. Ow!
I mean, kind of, yeah.
Dash and slash is going to be the death of me. Am I actually making headway here?
I'm seeing blue damage numbers every once in a while when you're shooting him with your operator. So yes.
Is this what you mean by jump into him, by the way?
Yes, Void Sling.
Why does that keep happening?
Does what keep happening?
Okay, first of all, dude, stun locking is cringe. Let's just cover that now. That!
Please remember I'm on a bit
My
of a
sc-
delay. Are you talking about when the screen
s-
goes dark?
Yes.
We're fighting Excalibur. One of his main abilities is radial blind.
Right. Where is he? Oh, he's over there. stuck?
I mean, that'd be great for you.
'Cause that would be amazing. He was not stuck. He was not stuck.
So I will say, while the AI's pathing to find you is pretty good, it is possible to kind of find in the different arenas places that it just can't quite finesse the jump to.
Oh, God, the range on that is absurd. Hop, 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 hop. I need you where I can see you, Umbra.
Well, then he and Wiggles need to stop dancing.
Look, everyone, I'm doing, like, spit here, alright? I will cheese the hell out of this if I have to.
Look, anyone who watches this knowing you are using the basic bitch moat amp completely understands. Don't worry.
Also, Wiggles is a fucking champion. I am not seeing anything, by the way. Oh?
Yes, yes. Just wait for your energy to fully recharge and then just lay into them. As long as you're getting blue numbers, you're doing something. Perfect.
So is this like the official cheese strat?
If you have the mode amp, yes. I cannot express enough how bad the basic mode amp is compared to the any other amp. Now you may want to check your objective.
Oh, stun Umbra with Void Sling.
That did it. Now is your chance. Use transference.
Oh no, not this again.
Trouble concentrating, old friend? Look at all your Comey stones I've taken.
This one, a brother. These three, his children. And on and on. All of these gone to the Jade Light.
Wait, what?
Father, do you remember your Shazin? Remember how you'd sing to us? Smiles from Jiran?
A fine instrument.
Oh, I'm so
Thoughtful to remind him of his better days. Come now, your move. Only a few stones left. Isa, looks like your father still has his sharp wit.
My father understands the game better than anyone.
Yet you couldn't understand why I'd give my secrets to our enemy. How could I betray my own kind? But you have never had to sacrifice your love for faith. Imagine to live forever with only one memory. Seeing the one you love die. But you would have to imagine a lovingly cultured infestation swarms within your blood. Your transformation has begun, reshaping you into a sacred surrogate of the unholy Tenno. A Warframe with but a single, burning memory. It is a miracle. But all miracles require sacrifice.
He's gonna kill him.
Who's going to what?
But this is the
Ballas.
past.
He's going to kill his son, Isa.
But aren't these memories, Operator? You cannot undo what has been done.
Unironically, really happy to hear that on both sides. I had often thought... There we go. Where were we? I had often wondered about Tenno kind of losing themselves.
Music? Moment?
Better never let it go.
But no, please explain.
Realistically, we spend our lives as Tenno in the minds of others. And especially now, it is abundantly clear, although it was pretty clear to begin with, that those others did exist with full lives and thoughts, hopes, dreams, etc.
We took our best, volunteers or not.
So, to just suddenly jump into that, and then jump out at a whim, and now I'm being kind of meta here. But we change Warframes the way humans change shoes.
Correct.
If I were to extend it even further, you could then go on to say that sometimes Tenno will have, I don't want to call it a grudge, but a distaste for Warframes because it does not match the way that Tenno is most comfortable operating. But again, that is a person, that is a corpse that you are just deciding, now I hate this guy.
How many
So,
of them knew that?
you are huh?
How many of them knew that?
How many of them knew what?
That Warframes were people.
Probably none, but the point stands. We now have evidence that shows it is possible to connect with a Warframe's history. Now, granted, it may just be Umbra, but the point stands. So, if you can connect to a Warframe's history, there's no reason there can't be echoes of who a Warframe was when they were alive.
Man,
So, simultaneously, you will have echoes of a being that is no longer alive, whose body you are inhabiting distastefully because it's not what you want it to be.
I cannot fucking wait for you to get to Jade Shadows.
That whole
Another
thing,
job
that,
well
like,
executed.
that Jeez. My brand. That puts a lot of stress on the old neurons. And of course, I'm probably nowhere near the ballpark of anything that actually happens in this game.
I shall refrain from expounding on anything right now, just in case I get the timeline of information wrong, thinking that you should have been told or know something, but it's to be revealed later. Or I could just say play and find out.
Before the vain faith, our people held dualism as truth. That all things were of two parts, mind and body, consciousness and matter, of our world and the void. It was from there that our answer finally came.
Was that answer the third part?
Distorted by vague horrors, we kept the Zariman survivors within a secret reservoir. They were the missing half. Transference linked. The Warframe's the body, and they the mind. I give you now the coordinates and codes to this place. But do not underestimate these devils on how. They did what we could not. We had created monsters we could.
I know what I have to do.
Operator?
I don't need
Whoa.
to hear it. I lived it. Prepare the landing craft, Ordis. I'm going in. Myself.
I hope that doesn't mean what I think it does.
Oh boy. Don't get me wrong, this is badass. What's this? Why is this a heart? There's a heart here.
It's the Valentine's Day event.
Oh boy.
Starting.
I think it would have been funnier
Operator,
if
please
it said
reconsider.
confront
You
Umbra
know how
faction
dangerous
self.
this is. The sentients will be here in force. This is why you bring a warframe to these things.
My Warframe is here.
Would have been
You
interesting,
just have to
but
find it.
What do you mean you're what? Hold up now. You trying to say that we're some kind of suicide squad? Oh, it's green. I've already...
but every plant you scan, you also collect for use in something else.
See him, operator? Advise you approach with caution.
I don't see him. He's around the corner. Come on, Ordis.
Around the country.
Hey, wait, come back! Get back here! Also, this whole... That's my Warframe! That's... fascinating to hear. I've never... Ah!
No, go on.
This is my secret ability. Get somewhere high!
Glad you didn't just say get high.
You're right, that would've... What the fuck? Oh, that's cheating! Oh, that's cheating!
And he was able to find his way up there. Good for him. I think the tree in the middle is the choice.
You mean the one I was on but left?
Yeah. Yeah.
Ah! You lied! You're a liar!
That's what I thought.
Wait a minute. Maybe? Don't move! Don't breathe! Don't do anything!
Just pray.
Oh, God! This is worse than that one time with BioShock. Oh, I hate
He's
this!
just staring
Oh.
at you.
Menacingly! Oh, God! He's fronting on me so hard!
Come on, bud, you can do it.
Got it! Alright! Whew.
You have relived this moment countless times. But our minds are linked now. We'll face this together.
Why do you have blue hair? You're the choice.
This poison he's given you, it has taken your will away. You are a victim as much as your son.
Yeah, but I don't want my son to be a victim.
Sorry, Isa. The time has come.
We are together.
I am honored to be your son.
Balance did this. Not you.
Don't worry, old friend. I'm not going to kill your boy. You are.
Father? Father!
Well, that's fucked. And no, you cannot run. I've tried.
You remember your childhood? I'll never forget the time I finally beat him. Father, you alright?
We had created monsters we couldn't control. We drugged them, tortured them, eviscerated them. We brutalized their minds, but it did not work. Until they came. And it was not their force of will, not their void devilry, not their alien else. It was that somehow, from within the derelict horror, they had learned a way to see inside an ugly, broken thing. And take away its pain.
Oh, what do I go with?
It's a good question.
But is acceptance the boring answer?
Does it matter if it's boring, if it's the correct one? In your heart?
There's no real way to tell any of you how deeply these three hit me.
I mean, do you just kind of want to go through each one real quick and try?
I do my best to be a good person, but I am angry almost all the time. And even when I'm not angry, there are reasons for me to become angry, and they're always sitting in my head. I have always joked with Copper, and maybe not entirely a joke, if I had to pick one of the 7 sins, believe it or not, it wouldn't be pride, it wouldn't be lust, it'd probably be wrath that is mine. Or not even sloth, and I'm pretty freaking lazy sometimes. Just ask Jonas about how long it's taken me to finish Spiritfarer. But on the other side of that, you can't just be an emotionless drone. I've tried that. It's a horrifying life. Just nothing. And when it says emptiness, especially when organized like this and depicted the way it's being depicted, this isn't calm, this is nothing. It's like turning the volume down on your own emotions until it reaches 0. The mouths are moving, but nothing's coming out.
May I interject with 2 quick points?
Go for it.
So first, just a reminder, when you're hovering over these options and the dial in the background goes from white to mixed to black, it's not a good-evil dichotomy.
No, it's not. It's that, and that's what I was getting to with acceptance. There's good and bad in both, but the reason I want to go with acceptance is because, at least for me, it's finding the balance between too much emotion and no emotion. It's emotion but control. It's calm, but there's something there. And to find that point, you really do have to accept what you've got. If you're angry, accept that you're angry. And if you feel apathetic, accept it. Ride it out and come out the other side. And that's why I say it's such a boring answer, because I guess to me it's very obvious. But that may just be a consequence of, my perspective on things. Not everyone else might have their perspective. I can see how any one of... Huh?
No one else has your perspective.
Fair, but I could see clearly how anyone would pick these. Why wouldn't you pick Wrath? You've seen his history. You know that he has every reason to be absolutely furious right now. But at the same time, no matter who was in control, it was his hands that killed his own son. That's nothing that a father should have to accept. That's nothing that a father should face up to. But to me, It is much more important to see reality, to see the truth, take it in, and make it a part of yourself. You accept it. I will stop waxing philosophical on all of you. And
We
just push the
accept
blunt
this
button.
memory and move beyond its reach.
Storms, this game is so cool.
Operator, you did it! Your transference signal is clean, synchronized with that Warframe.
Mark a path to extraction. We've got one last mission before this is done.
Marking, but I'm
I
detecting a
dig
mass
the
of
scarf,
sentient
by the
forces
way.
converging on your location. Quickly, you may be able to escape.
No.
You may want
Let
to take
them
a look
come.
at his abilities, even if you're familiar with Excalibur.
I really hope that actually paused it. Since I'm alone. What was I thinking of? That's right. There's a saying I heard once that I thoroughly enjoy. I absolutely carry it forward. I think it is great. It is a great lesson with a great message. Somebody once said, scars are like marks on a tree. They might fade, but they don't get smaller. But they can become a smaller part of who you are. That's why I choose acceptance.
Were you happy
Umbra
with his
exhibits sense.
statement after choosing acceptance?
Huh?
Were you happy with what he said after you chose
Accept it and move on. It happened. It's okay. Holding yourself... Jeez, I need to turn around and say this to myself, but holding yourself accountable for it, while important, does not change the past. Nothing ever will. Accept that it's happened. Build off of it, and move on.
God, you hate to say Rafiki was such an important character in our childhood, but he really did have one of the best pieces of advice.
Yes, the past can hurt. But the way I see it, you can either run from it, or learn from it.
Sucks.
Ha! So what are you going to do now?
Well, first, I'm gonna take your stick.
Not my stick! I think as an adult, I need to rewatch The Lion King and decide if I still hate it. Attacks 10% faster and deals 10% more damage with swords. Slash and dash through enemies alongside a radial specter. The powerful exalted blade slashes inflict slash status. Pardon me. Radio howl lets out a ferocious howl that stuns nearby enemies and causes sentience to shed any built-up resistances. Radial javelins impale nearby enemies, inflicting slash. It's just a big AoE slash. Jeez. Summons a sword of pure light and immense power. Radio Howl can deactivate security cameras. Interesting. Perform a melee spin attack to create a radial howl at half the energy cost. That's interesting. Well, enough reading. Let's have some fun. Maybe I do need to give Excalibur another try. Actually, I think my Excalibur is still at rank 0, so I need to use him at all. Please tell me I get this badass sword as well. Having to give this up would legitimately be terrible. Oh. Point. I didn't mean to do that. Who dares? I'm reaching transcendent levels of self-acceptance here, and you think you will interrupt me?
Let's get him, guys. He doesn't even have a gun.
Thousand to one. It must actually be easy. I feel like Excalibur could actually be really fun if you build him right.
I mean, any frame can. Just depends on how you want to have your fun.
Also, don't ask any high-level endgame for build, because they'll be like, destroy this ability or subsume or whatever the frack it's called.
Oh, you mean you haven't subsumed Gloom onto every Warframe you use yet?
No, I haven't. Believe it or not, I like using their abilities.
You don't even know what subsuming is.
No, I don't, but from the comments, it sounds like it's destroying the ability. It consumes it for more power or a different ability or something.
Now, I do appreciate, in my younger Tenno days, looking for tips, build suggestions, stuff like that. And the creators that didn't just say, here's the best build and here are the best mods. There were also here are also the like basic mod builds for people who aren't so far in the campaign or far enough in the star chart for them. Like, thank you. I don't know what galvanized or Archon mods are right now. I just have these.
Yeah, no, seriously, there needs to be more discussion about starter frame mods. Like, hey, I just unlocked this frame. What should I be building towards when I start?
I mean, realistically, ability strength should be a priority on every frame. It's just about whether or not you can use efficiency, range, or duration as a dump stat.
Well, no one ever told me that, like, for example, Dante thrives on slash damage. So, push slash. Because of the nature of his, Nocturna, or Noctua, which you need to work with, because it's the core of his
And
kit.
gets its own mods.
Because it's a book, it does slash damage. Because they're paper cuts.
So I would assume status, chance, mods, and
You want status chance, slash, damage
the
buff.
status duration, and also I think there are a couple mods that do just increase the damage status effects deal. This game
But
has
things
so
that
many
explain
mods.
the why. Because if you explain the why, a person could not just be like, okay, now I know why I have to build this way, but they can say to themselves, all right, now what do I do if I want to build it myself? Also, fire bad. Ow! We might go down! But I get up again! They never gonna keep me down! I'm gonna need you to drop about 50% more energy than you're currently dropping. Alright.
I mean, everything being fair, you could just blitz to extraction. You don't have to kill any of these guys.
Yeah, but new frame. New frame just dropped.
Yeah, new frame that you haven't put any mods on. Right now you're saying you need more energy. There are mods for that. But you really do need to, when you get a new frame, look at their stuff, check the tips, see what their strength is, and then see how you can build into it the best. Like, very temptingly, if you go to Barracuteer and get like primed flow or a primed anything mod, you can be like, this is gonna be on all of my frames. Sometimes it's not the best thing.
Barracuteers for rich people.
He's also here right now.
Yeah, I figured.
Not for rich people. Well, I guess he's kind of for rich people, but mostly he's for people who do a lot of relic cracking.
He's not for rich people. Well, I mean, he kind of is, but
It's because you
Operator,
mostly
we have
think
no
of Barracuteer
idea
and you're
what
like,
balance
God, I
is
need to get all those
capable of.
ducats. But then you go
Please
to buy things and it's like, oh,
Why would you
also
risk it?
175,000 credits, please. Like, oh, shit.
Ordis, I'd like to hear her.
Yes. Yes, of course. Accessing data store. Which should I play?
these are Lotus.
These are things the Lotus has said to you before, yes.
Dream, obviously. Because you haven't gone on and on about second dream enough.
Dream, not of what you are,
I need you.
but of what you want to be.
Operator, there is much to be done. Please consult the navigation console.
Okay.
I need you to memorize the theme for This Is What You Are. No reason, but I need you to do that for me.
If you're asking me to do anything with my memory, I want you to think about that very carefully. Also, thank you for putting that in chat.
You're welcome. I figured you needed some chat traffic. Still didn't mod the frame or the sword, but you know.
You're right, I didn't. Frack!
You don't have to, it's
He
fine.
is waiting for you, but I'm detecting powerful
You'll live through this
signals
mission
emanating
without
from the
it.
courtyard. They are calling out for reinforcements across the entire system. You don't have long.
Also, can I just say, thank you for not putzing around. Sending me here and there and everywhere and do all these seemingly unrelated things before we even let you see the final bad. No, now it's just like, look, we got the frame. Here's the guy. Go fuck him up.
You know, it is very interesting in this past year to see the communities of Warframe and Destiny cross over so violently. Because this is the most, I feel, Warframe has ever advertised or tried to be in any kind of public spotlight. They have sponsored so many streamers about Warframe 1999 and that update. Meanwhile, Destiny is arguably having one of its worst times right now. And people are leaving Destiny thinking, well, what can I play now? And Warframe's just standing in the corner with a drink at the bar, just like doing that Leo DiCaprio pose at them going,
What have you done with her? Ballas, where is the Lotus?
Has the wolf become a dog? Is this Umbra or some Tenno?
Yes.
Then
Oh,
both
wow.
Damn it, Wizard.
I have so much energy. There's the finisher. It didn't work. I was gonna turn off Exalted Blade, but
You think you can defy me? Not even your Tenno Devil can.
Thank you.
I created you. Even
created Excalibur. You didn't create me. Oddly enough, I'm leaning towards the third option here.
The cycle is broken.
Because it wasn't inevitable. He didn't have to do the things he did. He really didn't. But for the choices he made, anything could have happened.
But he made those.
But his choice... Yes, those choices led to this outcome. So I suppose I just talked myself back into the center point. I'm just running right down the middle this whole freaking campaign, aren't I?
That's okay.
This was inevitable.
Yes. Yes. She has foreseen it.
Oh boy.
Where is she? Where is the Lotus?
Please don't be her. Please do not be her, Endermac.
I am here, Tenno.
What? What have they done to you?
Nothing. This is what I am.
Drifting, gaunt beyond the Greek star.
No, don't make me do this.
I am coming home.
Okay. I thought they were gonna make me fight her. Granted, I'm gonna have to fight her anyway, but I don't have to do it right now. Hopefully I can at least finish this campaign mission. Or campaign, rather.
I saw her orders.
But it wasn't her, was it?
No. I don't know. But I'm going to find out.
Bleep bloop!
Rats.
I don't feel congratulatory on that one. So what's the next quest? Prelude to War, is it?
Yep, that's the next main thing.
You have new quests. Your codex.
Is that supposed to be like a remnant of Lotus?
It's Ordis.
Oh!
It's Ordis's approximation of her.
Sure, okay.
by the way, Umbral mods exist now.
I meant just go ahead and give me max rank.
Oh, sorry. Artists will play with
Oh,
the
I
volume
have
off.
intensify.
Now, I will say, the Prelude to War is essentially just a very cinematic introduction to the next main quest line, but you are required to have a necromech before you can play the next main quest. Which is why I figure that's what you would want to grind out next.
My shield is pretty low. I am a fan of equilibrium. But we need to give him some energy. Come on, controller, don't do this. Oh, it died.
Come on, controller, don't do this. I'm dead. Well, stop it.
Oh, well, I hadn't considered that since you put it that way. Hold on, let me just be alive. God, have these sick kids ever thought of just not having cancer?
It's like they're making up new diseases just for attention.
Okay. Oof.
Foo, 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 foo.
I don't know if I want to crank health or if I want to crank shield. I kind of want to crank shield because if you start kicking at my health...
Umbral Vitality
I mean,
is already on.
Oh, it is. How about that? This is cheap. Oh, God.
Oh, do you remember me saying, by the way, that if you really hate Overguard so much, use magnetic damage? Because the main annoying thing to me about Overguard enemies is their complete immunity to any form of CC. So, like, Excalibur, if you're running low on health or something's getting in a bad spot, I would use just Radial Blind, and then I'd have some breathing room and get some executions off, maybe get a health orb or two. But if people are overguarded, any Eximus now, doesn't work. So magnetic damage to strip them of their immunity, I feel, is a decent choice no matter what kind of build you're running.
I worked way too hard to get Tranquil Cleave to just leave it there. Which is to say, I dragged Jonas around too hard to get Tranquil Cleave. Let's not mince words here. Jonas did most of the work.
My Necros did most of the work.
This is a sword. It do a heckin' slash. Having said that, can I pair you with Ren? Oh my god, that's absurd.
Now, see, the thing about slash damage is that its main value is in proccing the slash status. So as long as slash is one of the primary damage dealers, if a slash proc is created, whoever got the proc will take damage over time that bypasses any resistances. Slash damage is considered true damage. So you may want to focus on status chance.
Okay. So if that's the case, we'll push melee prowess into 57. And that's... Oh, actually...
If you want to double up on damage over time procs, you may want to put heat on. If you have a heat and slash proc at the same time, they both deal individual instances of damage. Or if you have the mod capacity for it, you may want to think about viral. The more viral stacks someone has, the more damage they take overall. Viral, I believe, being cold and toxic together. But that is the other thing about applying a status. Like, you might be able to get your status chance to 100%, but that just means with every strike, one of your statuses will be applied. And the more damage one certain status or damage type does, the higher chance it has to be the procced status. So if you do want it to be specifically slash damage proc weapon, melee or otherwise, you want to try and make sure slash is the most damage you're doing. But if you put any elemental damage mods on, they're going to end up doing the most damage.
Well, this sword is now apply debuff, and debuff sticks around thanks to lasting sting.
I mean, it looks pretty decent, yeah.
I could have thrown on Volcanic Edge and seen how all three of these go together.
Actually, yeah, if you go to the... Yeah, it shows you the percent chance for each status.
My slash is still winning out.
Fantastic.
I am curious. So that would push it to viral and heat. That's not bad. Viral, heat, and slash. With a 93% status chance, I might run with that.
I mean, sounds good, yeah.
Because heat's DOT, viral's DOT, slash is DOT. Basically, it's run through, hit guys, and they die after the fact.
Viral is not DOT.
What is viral?
Increased damage from all other sources, the more stacks it has.
Ah.
Also, don't forget to check the unique trait.
Oh, now I have to
Excellent
upgrade the
armaments, operator.
Exalted
Please
Blade.
return.
Covered in blood.
Safe and sound.
Which again... Bending Strike. Jagged Edge. Because I am cranking my damage. I have more than doubled it.
I mean, exalted weapons are bananas, in general.
Actually, factually, do I have anything interesting? I do not, unfortunate. So I'll have to put on the basic bitch. So what if I start mixing a different element? Not corrosive. What's fire? Fire and electricity.
So, Excalibur is often built as a strength and efficiency frame because you
Yeah.
can just run around the entire whatever mission you're doing. You can just run around with Exalted
New
Blade
alert
and be
marked on
fine.
navigation 10-0.
The ability itself has a damage meter, which I believe is kind of a multiplier to whatever mods you put onto the Exalted Blade itself. But it's not beholden to a duration timer. It's just an energy drain per second. So you want as much strength and efficiency as possible because duration only matters as long as the blind effect of the slide attack, and range is nil. The wave from the blade swinging will always be the same length. So strength and efficiency are what I would say you would want to build in to even supposedly the detriment of range and duration. And your Exalted Blade will just go bananas.
So what mods do I put on Exalted to push its efficiency?
Efficiency would be Streamline.
What do I put on on the blade itself?
Oh, no. That you can't put anything on weapons to affect that. It's Warframe only.
Right, so how should I be building this?
The blade itself?
Yeah.
As much damage in whatever ways you want. Also, it should be noted that the blade itself is weighted more towards crit than status. So you may want to build into that a little more.
Toxin, impact, heat, status, cold.
Like the 60-60 mods, the 60% damage and 60% status chance, are going to be good for a very long time. But if you have some crit mods to build into, the Exalted Blade is kind of more about just straight murdering things with pure damage and crit damage than worrying about status.
There it is. Three times crit damage. But now I need crit. There it is. Oh, I'm dumb. It already had. I don't talk about it.
It's okay, man.
Feels bad, man. Here, have some fire. There's my Exalted Blade. I don't want to set it. Sword boy. So you have to do that. No. Move you here. Don't. I better not. I better not lose these. Because making that Dante one was a pain in the ass. Alright, now we're just going to be grinding up, right?
I, again, would recommend your efforts be focused on getting a Necromech, which means you will be spending some time on Deimos.
So, Gauss can come out to play with some of my lower level weapons.
Sure.
$30, $30, $30, $30, $0, $0. Wait, wasn't I working on something? Hey, look, it's that Axeletra that I don't have.
Exceltra?
I always, every time, add an extra letter. I don't know why.
I don't either, man.
At this point, people are going to think I'm doing it on purpose. Alright, Gauss.
Hey, by the way, would you like
Yeah, who?
the parts to make the melee weapon that has carried me through most of my gaming in this game?
Sure.
Cool. Meet me at the dojo then.
But Jonas, what could I possibly give you that could make it worth your time?
Keep playing.
So, my time.
Yeah.
Jonas is a simple man with simple needs.
I mean, I can also trade you other things that I have spares of. I think I went through and found I had like enough to make like 4 different frames and 2 or 3 different weapons.
It occurs to me, Jonas, that coming up soon in March, you're gonna be so freaking happy.
Right?
I will be at home for 3 straight weeks.
Ah.
And while yes, I will have other responsibilities that demand my attention, there's no reason I cannot Warframe while I rest.
Incredible. Alright, let me kinda need to go
I
through
have to give him a
fire.
mod. I will have to give him a bronze mod.
Prime parts. There we go.
Because you have to give something. You can't actually do a
Partner locked. Ah, you need to get your mastery rank up before I can give you the weapons. Well, do you want Protea
alright
Prime?
then, Sure.
Who else did I have? I'm missing a Revenant part. You want Sevagoth Prime? The Commodore?
I have no idea.
All trade slots have been filled.
There it is.
Go ahead, offer me the most insulting mod you can think of. Yeah, that's pretty insulting, considering I've been running with primed pressure point maxed out for like 3 years now.
You cannot afford the trade tax with the items included in the trade.
What? You only have 6,000 credits?
I only have 6,000 credits.
Go sell some Harrow chassis, alright?
Where do I sell my Harrow chassis?
Go to your inventory and you can just sell from there. Jesus Christ. 6,800 credits. What's wrong with you? Do we need to go to the index?
Oh God! Necromex, amps, relics, miscellaneous.
It would be under miscellaneous.
Harrow. Wait. I have 4.
You only need 1.
There. Now I can afford the trade tax.
Jesus Christ.
Look, alright.
Well, now that I'm back at A, let's see. Do you... I would ask if you want Atlas Prime, but I think I am actually holding that for copper.
That sounds like a copper thing.
Who else do I have? I've got 2 parts for Frost. I've already given you Gauss. I need some more Harrow. I've got enough for Hildren.
This is going to be one of those situations where I am not entirely positive who that is.
The Shield Maiden. The muscle mommy of the game.
You would give up your muscle mommy.
I've already made muscle mommy.
I'm guessing you thoroughly enjoy muscle mommy.
I still kind of need to figure out her kit a bit. So, offering the chassis, I need to remember this, so I don't give you the same thing twice. So, how do you feel about upping your mastery rank now?
Jonas, I have been fighting to up my mastery rank ever since I hit the last one.
Here's the problem, though. I need to give you the rest of Sevagoth, and you may not have the credits for it.
Probably.
So find something else you can sell. Like that extra Gorgon you have. And
Do I
maybe
have
the
extra
extra
Gorgon?
Boltor you have? Maybe that's what I was thinking of.
I definitely have an extra bolt.
Wait. Have you made the melee weapon Boltace yet?
I don't think so.
Do you enjoy the Boltor?
I thoroughly enjoy it.
Okay, because you need a Boltor to make Boltace. So keep the one for
That's why I've
crafting
been holding
fodder.
on to 2 fraggers. For a similar reason.
Yeah, I get that. Alright, there's got to be something in your inventory you can sell.
I have 2... Oh, never mind. That's Deconstructor.
I mean, do you have extra Warframe parts that you've already built?
I've already built Hydroid. Do I need Hydroid Neuroptics for anything?
No. Well, let me
Sell both of them.
let me double check Chroma real quick. I know Chroma needs something from Ember and something from Saren, but I forget what the other thing he wants is. Chroma's annoying to make.
I agree.
Frost. Chroma wants the Ember Neuroptics, Frost Chassis, and Saren systems. Otherwise, you don't need any more than one of any given Warframe part.
I just finished Gara. I should be able to sell that. Yeah, I thought I was... Oh! I was selling shit!
Yeah? That's what we were doing
But
here?
I never got to sell it because the trade ripped me out of the thing.
Oh, I'm sorry.
Garuda. Let's sell 5 of those.
I
so
didn't
I
realize it
always
would pull you
so I
like
keep
that.
1. Huh?
I didn't realize my request would pull you out of your menu like that.
Neither did I. Oberon. So I don't need Oberon.
If you've made Oberon, correct. You don't need any Oberon parts.
That's 45K right there. Boom. Now I should be fine.
One would hope, yeah. Am I okay to go to the trading screen again?
Yes.
Okay. Alright, let me get back down to Sevagoth. Alright, so I gave you the chassis already. There's the neuroptics and the systems. So I have enough space to give you a whole other prime frame. You have some options. Do you want Wisp, Trinity, or Hildren?
Off the cuff, I'm leaning towards Wisp. But let me look them up.
Okay, yeah. Trading me any fish is definitely insulting considering I have Oculus now.
Why, whatever do you mean?
Oh, nothing. Just that I have a companion who tells me where fishing hotspots are and highlights the fish in the water. Honestly,
Aye, Captain.
Incredible.
I had to say it. Alright. Trinity was one you offered.
She's very much a support frame, meant to make sure everyone's health is topped up. That doesn't mean she doesn't also have ways of messing up people.
What was the... and then Wisp. But I've been interested in Wisp for a while.
Wisp is also kind of a support frame, but she is not afraid to just literally open a portal to the sun to murder people. Also, she has a stun with a damage bonus, but you don't get... So, like, Excalibur has Radial Blind, Radial Scream, whatever. That stuns people. Wisp has an ability that also stuns people, but it doesn't open them to executions, but it does make it so that if you hurt them, they release a trail of, like, radiation to hit someone else nearby. So it's a way to get some breathing room and also just do more damage to everyone in an area. I find her to be, like, if Coolervo hadn't just grabbed my dick and said, watch this, Wisp would be my main still.
She's invisible as long as she's in the air.
Caveat, and if you don't shoot. Because if you're airborne and shoot, your invisibility goes away. But yes, you can do entire missions just bunny hopping through the entire thing and no one blinks an eye at you.
Heck.
I think I have my answer.
Well, hold on. What was the third one?
Hildren, the Shield Maiden.
Hildren. There you are.
She's very shield-centric.
Jesus Christ, you weren't kidding about Muscle
Told
Mommy.
you. But I believe her passive also lets her use arch guns in regular maps.
The stance of her prime image, they knew what they were doing. Hildren uses her advanced shielding systems to power all her abilities. Although she has no energy, her shields boast additional passive benefits.
Yeah, she has no energy. All of her abilities are based off of her shields. So crank her shields and anything having to do with shield regen or regain, and apparently she's incredible. I just haven't found the right combo yet, or I don't know. I haven't clicked with her yet, but I would like to.
Just first one, just shoot fire. Ooh. Oh no, wait, that's enemies. That's not allies. Just rip shields from your enemies to make your own shields and overshields stronger. Put a shield around your allies, and enemies that would go near them take damage. And then jump in the air and rain rockets down. Become Pharah from Overwatch. You know what? I would say, as fascinated as I am by Wisp, and I am fascinated with Wisp, I'm kind of leaning towards Hildren.
You know, that's a good choice because she just left rotation because of Lavos.
Yeah, let's do Hildren. First of all, because it's Rhino's girlfriend. Alright, you just gave me Sevagoth. What is Sevagoth again?
Sevagoth is the pirate. Like, Hydroid was a pirate, but no, Sevagoth is the pirate.
Yo ho ho.
Like, Hydroid is Davy Jones. Sevagoth is Blackbeard.
Do you fear death? It makes him look like a reaper. Holy shit! He is. He's the fucking reaper, isn't he?
I mean, not wrong, but nautical.
See, I have trouble with good Blackbeard lines because obviously the first one that's gonna come to my mind is, if it weren't for gold, we'd be heroes. You see, Kenway, you've got to give your enemies something to fear.
I mean, if you're right next to your railjack, you might as well go check its reliquary drive.
But Deimos.
But you're right there at your railjack.
But Big Flower Goth GF.
Talking about Daughter, who's crazy about the 90s
All
boy band?
systems integrated. Reactor still offline. This ship needs
Or are you talking
power.
about Mother,
I
who's
search for what is missing.
very broken
The
in her
harder I
own way,
look,
but
the
definitely
less I
science
see.
MILF?
Tenno, be my eyes.
Or are you talking about Grandmother, who's the only one who doesn't have her head up her ass?
I'm sorry, I'm still stun locked on science MILF.
Where the negative resides, My mind is dissonance.
Investigate coordinates
All I
on
know
Lua.
is Lua. Will you go?
Are you sure about this one? Or should we grind out on Deimos?
I mean, you don't need a necromech for what you're about to do on Lua, I'm pretty sure. So if you want to do it, do it. But
Nav
otherwise,
is ready
you can
for
Deimos a bit.
coordinates. I urge Lua. Lua.
You all don't know the damage he's just done to me by giving me all that.
The time I've saved you, the RNG I've saved you.
The damage. Let's call it what it is. It's damage. Because you know me. You know that I will never be able to build a frame, any frame, even Prime, unless I have all the parts for all of them. So if I have all the parts for even one of them, I have to dedicate the rest of my time to completing it, because I can't just let a craftable item squat in my foundry.
Just hoping you have enough Orokin cells then.
Ugh! I'm trying to remember if press is heat or if hold is heat. I'm leaning towards press, but I'm not positive.
I honestly could not tell you.
One of them consumes
Something has occurred. The periphery.
the battery, one of them
absence.
refills it.
I felt it tremble. A desire to be filled. To be known. You hold a key. Return to the orbiter. I believe you have found my answer.
Sentient fighters can adapt to your attacks. Hit them with something else.
Oops. Yeah, hold it is heat, and it drains your battery to use heat. But my dude thrives using that move. Bye!
And hopefully after you max out those several frames I gave you, I'll actually have a mastering frame and give you some of these freaking weapons I've got. I'm not kidding. Orthos Prime has carried me. It's been my main melee weapon for a very long time.
Jonas, I'm still waiting on Piranha Prime.
Now, I have said that is a very good secondary weapon, and it is. But I have found a new love in the secondary slot. Her name is Occucore.
Jonas, I have a question for you.
Yeah?
You know how Destiny has the drop more heavy weapon ammo mods and stuff like that?
Yeah.
Does such a thing exist for drop more energy orbs?
Kind of. There are mods that can do that. But off the top of my head, I forget if they are weapon or frame mods.
We are close to resolution. I can feel it.
That is why I love Gauss, as an idea at least. The ability to just say, peace!
Excellent work, Tenno.
Screw you, I'm gone.
Excellent point. Also, bye. And especially just running away, running back, and just hitting them from... Jeez, it's like being the Flash. I guess it really is just being the Flash. It's not like anything. It is, you are the Flash. That's why I kind of want his token melee to be claws or fists or something very, very fast.
Can I tell you something I only recently realized about the Gauss Prime trailer?
What's that?
You know when he's running in his super fast mode and then he like takes a second, stops, reorients a bullet mid-flight, and then just keeps on going?
Yeah?
For some reason, I always thought that was a Corpus bullet. No, it's one of the bullets he shot. That is a bullet from his gun, Exceltra. I don't know why it took me so long to realize this, but when I finally realized it, I just felt really silly for not having realized it before. By the way, Digital Extremes, as part of the 1999 update, has made a franchise called Caliber Girls, which is essentially Contra, except the protagonists are two gun-toting women.
Ridiculous.
Jillian and Lillian Caliber, and you can play this game.
These poor fools stumbled on the realization that they, for the rest of their careers, can just have fun.
They can do whatever the fuck they want. They have enough goodwill in the community and just for having made such an incredible game anyway. But that's the weird thing. You're like, okay, you've established yourself for a while now. We'll let you take some risks, and if they fail, that's okay. They've never failed. Well, I can't say that. Some of their things failed on launch or didn't launch well, but they worked damn hard to make them work after the fact, at least, based on community feedback.
And that's the difference.
Railjack was apparently abysmal on release. So
I fucked
were
up.
we grouping up first or what?
Yes, we were supposed to group up first. I fucked up and left myself in public because I'm so used to running that damn citrine mission.
You know, it might almost be okay, because if you can get just 3 randos who are bananas crazy at whatever you're doing, that honestly is probably just going to be better than
I don't even know what we're
me
doing.
messing around. It's whatever you want to. So, okay. When you land, go and talk to Father.
Uh-huh. I will go find Father.
You can fast travel to him. You don't have to go find him every time.
Once I load in. I also didn't load into the Necrolisk. I loaded into...
Oh, the open world
The drift.
itself? Bad move.
Yep.
Bad move. I mean, you are going to eventually need to just run around the drift and just gather materials like a motherfucker. Specifically, world materials in Deimos are used to get Father tokens, mining is used to get Otak tokens, and fishing is used to get Daughter tokens. And hey, if you have a Trank gun from Venus, you can start getting Sun tokens. But you'll need all of those tokens, eventually, to get Grandmother tokens, which A, have the best return on investment reputation reward, but also, they are a currency unto themselves for very essential things, and you should probably hoard about 20 of them at all times. This is where the shit gets real. But Mother tokens can be earned endlessly. So if you do end up just spending hundreds, if not thousands of Mother tokens to get your reputation up, whatever works, man.
I have no idea how many I have left. All I can say is that, yes, I had a butt ton of Mother tokens.
Right now, I'm trying to rank up to my next reputation level with the family, and I need something called a Seraglass shard. And you buy that from Grandmother for 20 Grandmother tokens. I need 3 more. Let me see if I can get this real quick. Fuck yeah, I can. But I believe Seraglass shards are all... I think you need like 3 or 4 of them in total for either reputation rewards or crafting. Oh, and now I need 1 Father token.
Nah.
Damn it, Dad! It's fine, I can get one real quick.
Oh, don't make me wait for other players. Come on.
You can just press start, go to your icon, and leave squad.
Ugh.
And you may have to leave and re-enter the extraction area, but yeah, if no one is cooperating or wanting to leave and you do, that's how you do it.
Fair enough. Wait, that might be the way out. I don't want to go out. I want to go in.
And I just hit rank 5 with the family.
Congrats. I wasn't even out for that long, and I've already got 156 nanospores. Alright. Necro fast travel. Daddy? You say go to Daddy.
Yeah.
Couldn't possibly have seen this coming. That's what she'll say. Isn't it funny how all the rest of us saw it coming?
Okay, what am I doing?
Browse his wares. That's not browsing his wares. There you go. So if you look through his stuff, you can buy Void Rig parts. The damaged necromech parts, yes.
Oh, wait, is that what I'm looking for?
When you finished the Heart of Deimos quest, Father sent you blueprints for necromech parts. Each one did require
I thought we made one.
A damaged necromech part, amongst other things. So you can
the life forms of Deimos
run
will be
iso
picking
vaults
you out of their teeth
to get the
unless you
parts
have an
randomly,
edge.
or you can
I can
just
help.
buy them from Father now at 2,000 a pop.
4 parts. I've got enough.
Well, if you're buying all of them, you may as well go back to your orbiter to see what other parts you need to make it. You may need to go mining, or fishing, or just world resource
Pleasure
gathering.
transacting
But
with you. Don't go
if you're buying the parts, those are the hardest bits, honestly. And you couldn't always do that. You used to have to do the ISO vaults, and that was the only way to get the necromech parts. Digital Extremes was very kind in their allowing them to be bought by Father.
This says the Jordis precept. I thought it said the Jonas precept. It's like, hey, for selling our shit as hard as you did, it's not gonna be in Warframe, is it?
No, you found it in miscellaneous.
But it's listed as Void Rig and not Necromech. Oh, you had to get the damn...
The Void Rig is a necromech.
Got it. Got it.
So you may want to make a note of what you still need, so we can figure out the best ways to get those for you later. Because I hear your voice, man.
Ugh. Mining. It's all mining.
All right. That's not too
Except for this. The biotic filter is fish. Oro can sell, obviously not. Spinal core, fish. But this, the adromal alloy, and the tiametrite, the namelon, the bophalite, and hesifron, and dagonic, all of those, they are things you have to get the blueprints for.
Operator,
from
I've run diagnostic
the robot
regressions.
whose name you
All
said and I
systems on
forgot.
You don't need to.
OTAC?
That one. You get the blueprints from him. and you use your mind stuff. Also, I see what they're doing. I would love to get a source on the other two.
What?
Tiamat,
Tiamat?
Dagon. It's Tiamat, Dagon. My guess was Baphomet, but I could be wrong on that one.
You mean
on
Bapholite?
The name of that. No, they're references to old destroyers. That's a reference to Baphomet. I believe it's Baphomet. I could have that wrong. That's definitely Tiamat. Dagon. I don't know this one. And I'm not positive on that one or the Nemelon. But each one is a reference. Which obviously is awesome because it shows that they did their research.
Dude, the amount of research they apparently have done, if it is true that they did that and it isn't some person's just random like, holy shit, the connections, man, is insane. Like if a lot of the things I've like watched YouTube videos about and stuff were coincidence, holy shit, is Digital Extremes lucky with their coincidences. Someone has to be doing at least some of it on purpose. And even if it's only some of it, it's still impressive.
If I had 2 argon crystals, I could make citrine right now.
Cool. How many Orokin cells do you have?
7.
Well, then you're only gonna get one of those Warframes, aren't you?
So, speaking of the price of eggs in China, what am I looking at here? How do I get more Orokin cells?
There are world drops on various places. Hell, you could send your extractors after them if you wanted to.
If I can get the planets.
Yeah, if you max out the planets.
Because none of those 3 do I have. Oh, look, the Hildren Prime systems. I could do that right now, which means I have to grind out the argon crystals for the neuroptics, and then the tellurium is just... That one's gonna be easy.
You'll get around to it, bud.
Right, I didn't look at what Protea does. Oh god, they need neural sensors!
Hey, real quick, can you check your navigation alerts, please?
Yeah.
Because there are 3 alerts that are rewards to the community, and I need to know if I need to taxi you on any of them. Like, I'm pretty sure you have the Jupiter and Mars, but the Void one, I'm not 100% sure. Marduk, I believe, is an early one. But you do want to do these. With or without me.
Well, I've got 5 days. I can hop in sometime tomorrow and do all that.
Yeah, it's easy to say, I've got 5 days, and then just never do them. These are incredible rewards, especially the 5 Universal Medallions. That is just straight up the first rank in any faction, reputation-wise.
That's pretty good.
So, especially the annoying ones, like the Quills or Vox Solaris. Not Fortuna, Vox Solaris. There's a difference. And obviously the Catalyst and Reactor are great, and a just fully built Forma, great. So just
I mean, let's be honest. I need to finish up Deimos ASAP. I have to finish up Deimos because, like, what Deimos offers, nanospores, mutagen samples, and orokin cells. Holy crap, I should absolutely be sending extractors there constantly.
Yeah, I've been grinding mutagen samples 6 at a time from that in place.
Alright.
So I'm sorry this didn't end up being a whole lot of grinding, but finishing the sacrifice was important.
I am happy with what I was able to get done in the sense that we are in between story missions. I am a little bit more free to putz around and do some classic grinding, which is where Gauss Prime will finally get Redline, which... Ah!
Hey, kiddo. If you touch that, it's a quest.
It was glowing red. I didn't know.
I didn't think about it until you already touched it. Yeah, touching that is the start of the prelude to war.
Give me a mission. Give me a mission. Can I abandon? I can abort the mission.
You can abandon. You can abort.
Okay. But I could square away some time tomorrow before shit starts getting real.
Right. My other obligations tomorrow start around 5 p.m. So if you're on before then, just let me know.
I'm trying to remember what I was saying before I got freaking jump scared.
Hey, kiddo.
But from what I understand, Gauss's red line is basically the core of his kit. So I will need to be learning that. I also need to level him up as much as possible so we can get some energy in this boy. He's so skinny.
Max energy and efficiency?
Max energy and efficiency. I need to put a max flow in there. But he gains power from sprint speed, so it's more important that Rush is in there.
I would have kept it in the red.
Hi, Trev.
Hello.
Heck me.
You're up so late, Brad. The Vegas crew's coming online.
I know.
The Vegas crew.
Well, Vegas crew, I guess it's important for me to say welcome and good night.
Oh, you guys are done?
I am...
He's been wrapping up for a couple minutes.
Shutting down the stream right now because my brain is also shutting down.
I was gonna disassemble this graphics card real quick, but if we're ready to go, we're ready to go.
I did want to keep Goot for just a couple, specifically 2 minutes 54 seconds after his stream ended, because he just finished something, And now I can finally show him something else, but it's a bit spoilery for other people who might want to play Warframe.
Okay.
But I have joined you all, so if you need to go to the tower or if you want to start something, someone bought the ship.
I had extra silver.
I can mess around still. I'll be messing around until he finishes over here.
All right. Well, hold on. Let me hop on and do the responsible thing. Wayfinders, thank you so much for joining us for another weekend grind. Sorry that I wind down so fast. Legitimately, I am sorry for that. But that was a heck of an ending. I am pumped to get back into Warframe. And I'm pumped to try out some of these new frames that Jonas was kind enough to send spare parts my way for. For now, thank you all so much for watching. Please like, comment, subscribe if you like the video, have something to say, or want to see more of our stuff. To see our most up-to-date stuff, please follow us on Twitch. We also have Twitter, which we update more often than never, but less often than we should. But again, thank you all so much for watching. I will see all of you at the next waypoint, and please have a good night.